Yo, straight the fuck up, dude. Hakuryu, dude. Listen, the reason why I love this episode, yeah, like you can already assume that I'm gonna give this episode a high ass rating. The reason why I like this episode is because when you take a look at what happened in the manga. Now, there were some variations, like for example, when we have this scene, and this is basically in the anime where he cuts the great mothers of Madara, when he cuts her head off, like, and this dude is like, oh shit, everyone's like, no way. What he did in the manga, he cut her head off, then he holds her head, and he throws the head over to fucking Orba. You're like, what the fuck? But bro, this is the change. This episode kickstarts this huge metamorphosis when it comes to Hakuryu's character. It's no more fun and games now. Now we know about his plan, or his destiny, his mission, which is to kill his own mother, because his own mother sold out her brother and her father and the former emperor for his uncle, and they're all working for Al Fane. Okay? And when he was being manipulated by Madara, he says how he was still suffering from the effects of that. And he killed her because he saw his own mother. Because his mission is to kill his own mother. And the way he did that, it was out of the blue. He's running in the middle of this pack in this crowd. And Madara's being beat up by like all these like homeless people. And it's kind of fucked up. She's being beat up by all these homeless people. And they're just like straight up gang mentality. And then he runs in the middle of this pack with a sword that he grabbed from a soldier. And then she starts to thank him, like, oh my god, thank you for saving my child. Thank you for saving me, Hakuryu. Thank you. And then everyone's like, are you still being controlled? Hakuryu turns to her, smiles, and then straight up. And you're like, no fucking way, man. It was on a whole new level. Now again, in the manga, he does that, and he grabs her grabs the decapitated head, and he throws it over to fucking Orba and the others. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, there's your mother right there. And I'm like, dude, this is great. So this shit was good. This shit was good. Because like it was just like, this is the start of this huge change in his character. Now, of course, aside from that, at the beginning, we actually see some combat going on here, where finally the Actea Navy at the end come in there, and they're like, we're here now. Yeah, we're here late to the party, but whatever. They wind up actually pinning down Madara and Orba because they have like huge battleships, like 8 of them. Like it's what's their call, 8 battleships. And we have Hakuyu being defeated by Alibaba. Now, the thing here is that it was a pretty good fight. And granted, this guy, Hakuyu, he was in half Jin equipped. However, he has this stamina issue, and that's very obvious. Like, every time he uses, like, Magoi manipulation, or every time he uses his Jin, he seems to run out of stamina fairly quickly. At least when it comes to, like, I'll probably say, give or take, like 5 or 10 minutes of combat, and he's done. And we see he's actually using so much Magoi, so much Magoi, by using the Magoi manipulations and by doing insane shit, like growing the microbes in the air. Son, he's only half equipped. If he's on full Jin equipped, he could literally make an army of spore monsters. Are you kidding me? I mean, Hashirama would be proud, but the potential for Hakuryu is well above Hashirama. He's able to grow the microbes in the air and make spore monsters. Are you fucking kidding me? That's insane. That's insane. And the difference is that Zagon's ability, from a foundation standpoint, is far more diverse than Alibaba's. Alibaba's just fire, and I'm pretty sure that you can do a lot of stuff with fire. But Zagon just seems far more diverse. Plus, remember, on his side, Haku also has the Magoi manipulation. But in doing all these things, he seems to run out of stamina fairly quickly, which is very unfortunate because he could be, if he could go to like the long haul, like the long haul, he'd be fucking devastated. But either way, he's only half equipped and he still has ways to go when it comes to his training. So that's very obvious. And now we know his mission. His mission is to kill his mother because his mother is a part of Al Thaman and sold out his older brother and his father, and the old emperor got killed because she was going to marry the uncle, and because the uncle's working for Al Thaman. They're all working for Al Thaman. And he didn't tell his older sister, Hakuei, because at that point in time, he's a little kid. There's nothing he could have done. Nothing. And actually, her name is Ren Gyokuen. Yeah, Ren Gyokuen. So that is the Empress of the Ko Empire. The Empress. And now we know that. And that is Hakuryu's actual mother. So Koen, Koha, you know, those guys, Coleman, they are all the, how would that work out exactly? Family lineage. What does that mean? Half siblings? Yeah, half siblings. Yeah, let's call it that. So cousins. No cousins. Wait, how cousins? No, half siblings. Yeah, half siblings. So that's very interesting to find out. Now, at the end of the day, when we have Orba and the others, and they start to fall into depravity, we have Alibaba, with the help of Aladdin, actually able to convince Orba to go. Well, they actually use their influence, and instead of going to jail in the Altea country, they're now going to go to Shindoria. And he's able to actually change their fate. Instead of going into regression, they go into progression by basically saying a few words and how he wants to change them and how you're the older brother, you need to take care of them, you're the eldest. And eldest by the means of he's been there, I think, like the first one amongst all of Midoriya's children. That's what I believe. And even though they hate that fucking shit out of Haku because he killed their mother, quote-unquote, in front of their faces. Well, actually, now that I think about it, wouldn't most of these children return to their families? Because a lot of them were sent over to Shindoria. But then wouldn't their families be like, wait, like, I want my son, I want my daughter back? Like, what's the fuck? I mean, unless their families are, unless their parents are dead, which is a real damn shame, seriously, because after all they've been through, they need some love. But now they're going to get it because they're going straight over to Sinbad. They're going to be embraced like Sinbad in Shindoria. Yeah, and his essence. That's all the love you fucking need right there. But that was good, how he was able to actually convince them. Because he's seen so much of this in Balbat, and he just can't bear to see anymore. So he's able to actually get this job. He's able to get it done a lot more quickly than he did in Balbat. But then again, it's a smaller case too. So now, when it comes to Morgiana and the kissing, Hakuryu, I mean, the guy says, yeah, listen, like, I really like you. And I want you to be my woman. I want you to be my wife, my empress, after I take control of the Ko Empire, which of course we'll see how that goes, all right? Because right now at this point in time, we can assume the Ko Empire has beastly ass dudes, right? Beastly dudes, and we can, you know, just saying, he has the right idea. He has goals in life, but his goals at this point in time are a little bit ambitious. But we'll see how it goes. And basically, what occurs is, for the first time, Morgiana, it's like she was opened up, right? And it sounds kind of weird. But basically, we've seen a side of her where she's actually truly happy that she'd heard these words. And those are the first time anyone's told her, like any man has told her, that she was actually loved, that she looks appealing. And, Aladdin says this, you know, Alibaba said it a few times about how she looks good, but not in the way in which he would marry her. Where in which Hakuryu was saying that. Hakuryu saying, I want to marry you. I want you to come back with me. I want to be with you. And then she's like, I would love to, but ... And we all know this leads because, you know, there's a problem of Alibaba. Alibaba well, first of all, A, she's the household vessel of his house. B, they've been together for a long time, and he was the one who set her free. So her ties to him are far more deeper than Hakuryu. And C, Hakuryu just pulled some evil ass shit. He just pulled some evil ass shit. And even though he's being true, because when the kids were like, you know, when Oba was like rushing, like, yeah, rush, and then he's like, I'm gonna kill you, and he's like, fucking, yeah, and he just straight backhands him, and he's like, aren't you being a little bit too self-centered? Didn't you kill the mothers of other children in this port city? So, like, what gives you the right to be so selfish when you've killed so many people, the mothers and fathers of other children? And it's also like, that's some truer shit. That's some truer shit. But it was still evil. It was still evil. So obviously her connection with Hakuryu would be diminished by someone like Alibaba. And at the end of the day, he leaves, but he says they'll come back. And when he comes back, he's gonna make her his bride. So forceful, straight to the point, blunt. But we'll see how that goes. I mean, who knows? I mean, Morgiana may one day say, fuck it, Alibaba, you haven't said shit, Hakuryu, you're right fucking come. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, maybe at that point in time, the households will change. I don't know. But either way, like, that was fascinating and very impactful. So the episode was actually very impactful because it hit a lot of levels. It hit Morgiana, it hit Aladdin, where Aladdin actually, he's talking to Hakuryu, and he's like, you know, is there anything we can do to change your mind so you can stop seeking this revenge? Because, and he remembers what the old lady said in the Koga clan, how war started on revenge lead to only more sorrow. And then Hakuryu's face, he's like you could tell from his face, a picture means 1,000 words. His face was like, dude, kid, get the fuck out of my way. Are you serious? Revenge. This is what I was born for, man. My mother killed my father and my brother and my family, betrayed the emperor, and made the uncle the new emperor, and you're gonna sit here and tell me that you want me to forget? To forgive? Fuck that shit. And you can just see his face, and his face was saying all this shit. Again, a picture means 1,000 words. And his face, his eyes, and Alibaba, Aladdin, he even stuttered. He's like, yeah, so why don't we come back? And it was funny. I was like, wow, you know what's up. This guy's on a mission now. This guy's on a mission, alright? And he remembered his mission. Midoriya, a character who in the grand scheme of things seems so irrelevant, had the greatest impact on one of the quintessential characters in the story, Hakuryu. That shit is crazy, son. That's nuts. Because motherfuckers don't know what's coming. Niggas don't know what's coming. If you haven't read the manga, do so. Because, honestly, what's gonna happen soon is like, what the fuck, man? This guy. Oh, God. Alright. So, that being said, next episode, it looks like they're gonna part ways. We do know that, again, Morgiana, she's going over to Dark Continent. We have Alibaba, he's going to the Rem Empire. And then we have Aladdin going over to Magnostadt. And according to the preview of next week's episode, apparently he's going to run to Ren Kohar. So, yeah, fascinating. So, that being said, King Lightning, the episode rating overall, I loved this shit. This shit was good. Like, even the fight scenes were damn good. Where, like, there was one scene where Alibaba, he's blocking Hakuryu's attacks. And then, like, they do, like a run-along scene, very short. That kind of reminded you of, like, Sonic and Shadow. Like, back in the day, like Sonic Adventure 2, where, like, we have Alibaba, he's running. In comes Hakuryu from behind, like, yeah. And I don't know why, I just did it. But, the fight scenes were pretty damn good. So the animation was on point. Animation was good rating. When it comes to the pacing, it was well-paced, too. They spent a fair bit of time on this, and that. I know, very vague, but still, just the way it was. It was very well-paced. Each scene got its appropriate amount of time. They didn't spend too much time on one scene as opposed to another scene, and that was good. So pacing was good, and when it came to story progression, huge. So honestly, and plus I have some, bias with the Hakuryu now, because Hakuryu, he's going. That's the main part about the whole story progression. This is one of the biggest changes in a character's framework within a story. Or at least in this story. And it starts in this episode. And that's Hakuryu. So, my personal opinion, the episode rating, I'm gonna give it an amazing. I thought it was an amazing episode of Magi, the Kingdom of Magic, because it was just ugly. It was, dude, I'll leave it at that. King of Lightning. Be sure to, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. The comment section, I think, should be okay now, because there was like a petition being like sent out there, and people were like, sign this shit, and because people were like, no, like the comment section is bullshit. But I mean, check it out if you can find it online somewhere. But if it's still going, I have no idea. But King of Lightning, once again, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day.